Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, a place where future millionaires come to get inspired. Here's another episode of our motivational video for those who are just planning to or have just started their new business. My goal here has always been to provide young entrepreneurs with what they should expect on their journey to success. Lots of people have suggested to me that they're planning to start their first business, so a heads up or a game plan would be beneficial to them. Just to quickly get this out of the way, starting a business is not for everyone. Some people are a bit better with the entrepreneurial templates, but they do it much better than others. Some people even do it more successfully by working for someone else. If you're hoping to be an entrepreneur and start a business, this video is for you, and it's going to help you to start the game plan. I will structure this video in such a way that anyone who is at the beginning stage of their company can benefit from it. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow me on Facebook and also on TikTok with the same name, Terry Forge, your humble boy from the root. With that said, here are crucial things to know when starting your business. Number one, nobody cares about your business as much as you, and they will never would, no matter how much money you throw at them. Your business is the product of your dreams and your desires, and you want to materialize something that you truly believe in. You might inspire other people to join your cause, but they will never want this business to succeed as much as you do. This is something very important to consider at the early stages, especially if the business have multiple founders. If you partner with other people in order to build it, every one of these members needs to want it as much as you do, and be willing to give whatever it takes to make this succeed. So many times we see best friends teaming up to start a business, only to realize 6 months in that one of them isn't that much passionate about the idea and want to move on to something else. Partners can be a great thing, especially when you weigh in your skill sets, but always remember that you are slicing up the pie as well. Every business is started by a single founder. The upside is you're going to keep all the reward. The downside is it's going to be a lot more exhausting than you think. No matter what way you're moving forward, think of your team as a chess set. You would want as many of them to be around you when you win, but you don't refrain from sacrificing some of them, or otherwise you're going to lose the game. Number two, you don't need money to start a business. You are the business from the beginning. This is one of those things that stop people from starting up in the first place. Everyone thinks they need a ton of money to get started. This is because most people look at the final stage of the company, the part where you have a ton of employees, marketing teams, raw materials, and a lot of products, and registered intellectual properties. That's not how businesses are started. They start with one person, you, hustling above all odds and growing as the journey continues. You can start a business for under $100 or £100 or 1,000 CFR. A lot of multiple businesses started from a shoestring budget. If you don't even have $100 to start with, you can get a 1-month job or add value to people in any way you can so that they can pay you the small amount. What you need to understand is that at the beginning, you have a lot of time, and that is your main resource. You would have to convert your time into money, then use that money to get more resources. It's pretty straightforward if you think about it. Number three, be ready to make sacrifices. Something people don't realize when starting a business is the amount of work and sacrifices which are needed to turn this into a success. Most people start a business because they don't want to work for a boss. They want to be the boss. They despise working the 9 to 5, so they do something about it. It doesn't take long to realize that instead of working 8 hours a day for someone, you are now working 16 hours a day, every day, including the weekends. And you could barely sleep at night because you worry so much about the future. Creating a successful business leads to a way better life you wouldn't have had otherwise. But all those don't come for free. The moment you start a business, it needs to become priority number one if you want to succeed. Your social circle is gone. Your family will see you less. It will take a toll on your health, and that's just the beginning. So you need to learn fast to grow. Number four, Build smart from the beginning. If the foundation of the company is crippled, it doesn't matter how high you are planning on going, it's bound to fail. This is something you should definitely consider when starting out. A smart business would tick at least some of the following boxes. It doesn't have a demand ceiling, which means you will always have customers as you grow. This used to be a problem with some specialized small shops. If you're only selling a specific product in a small town, there will come a time when that product is saturated in that market and no one longer needs it. For example, if you're selling black hats in town and you succeed to sell these black hats to every mayor in that town, then no mayor would need another black hat. And that's the end of your market. And there'll be no more growth. Two, every part of your business is replaceable, which means the business can survive if one of your employees decides to leave or one of your suppliers decide to leave. Three, your business can scale. You have a clear plan on how you can increase production as demand increases. Four, there is a clear direction for the business. Both you and your employee understand what you are working towards. People should free up your time so that you can focus on your strength. Don't be an employee in your own business. One of the most common mistakes people made is they trade their job for another one, this time in their own company. When you're starting out, you are the first employee. You need to get your hands dirty so you understand, optimize, and perfect the system. On the previous point, we talked about building a smart business, which means once you have your entire process figured out, break it into smaller interconnected systems and find people who are skilled at that to upload that particular skills to them. Your employees are here to make sure that the engine is running while you hold on to the steering wheel, getting everyone to the promised land. The founder should be in charge of innovation and business growth. Your job as the founder is to figure out ways in which this business can grow so that everyone who works for you get paid. That's your job. Their job is to make sure they take care of the day-to-day running of the business so you can focus on your job. In the early stage, you will feel the need to micromanage everything, but this keeps you away from the most important task you have, which is growth. Every individual who moves into entrepreneurship has some traits they can use to their advantage. These are your strengths. Identify them and put them to work. Use them to get the biggest return on your time. Fail fast and adapt quickly. Be ready for things to not go according to plan. You have to keep in mind that there are many things you are yet to learn. There are going to be plenty of bumps on the road. But if you're serious about this being your life, you have to keep going and rethink about how you look at failure and what failure actually is. For me, failure is not achieving our dreamline. Everything else is just part of the game. Think about your journey as gathering information so that you can make a more educated decision in the future. 8 out of 10 businesses fail in the first 18 months. This is because they hit a bomb big and they decide to call it off. And 2, they fail to adapt to the newfound reality. Let's look at a classical example like Nokia. Nokia used to be a plastic manufacturer company. They adapted to the production of phones when phones started trending, but they failed to adapt to smartphones. And this giant is now fighting for breadcrumbs even with the smallest entrepreneurs in the market because they didn't learn to fail faster and adapt quicker. Long-term success depends on your ability to manage your resources. Life is just like a strategy game. You have several resources at your disposal. Your time, your willpower, your ability to work, maybe some money and some people you know. Don't complain about not having enough to begin with. Always remember you have your own storyline. You have your own journey and your own challenges. And your challenge is to make the most with the resources you have. Many people undervalue time. Time is the resource that has been given to everyone equally. You have the same 24 hours in a day as Facebook founder or Amazon founder. It's up to you to use them wisely. The best players are those who are strategic and make use of everything they have in their disposal. If you're disciplined enough, you can get out of any hole and start building yourself a ladder to the sky. The right mentor is worth 10 years of struggle. They walk the road you are on right now, and they know where the challenges are. They know what is what's up ahead, and you'll be a fool not to leverage their knowledge in your journey. You need people who inspired you, who have also done the things that you are inspired to do. Analyze them, study them, see what knowledge you can extract from their experiences. If you are lucky enough, serious enough, prove that you are wealthy enough, one of them might become your mentor. Things get so much easier when you have a mentor. But the mistake most entrepreneurs usually make, they try to get a mentor too early when they just have an idea. Always remember, talk is cheap and ideas are worthless without action. A good mentor will want to see the results first. They wouldn't want to waste their own time and resources betting on a horse they've never seen run before. That's why it's very important for you to get a bit of attraction, to have some experience so that they can see what they're getting themselves into. If this is something you're really interested in, I can do another video on why it is important to have a mentor. Please let me know in the comment section. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Don't try to cheat the game because it's hard. I'm quite fascinated by people who jump from business to business or from shiny thing to another shiny things because they're looking to get rich quick. Even when they settle on a business, they never put in the work. Instead, they spend most of their time looking for shortcuts. Real value comes from building a solid foundation and laying bricks next to bricks until you put together your dreams. Always remember you need to put in the work yourself. People may like the cake, but they're not willing to learn the recipe or how to bake one. And if anyone offers them anything in the name of the cake, they will take it because they don't really know how the real one looks like. If you are trying to cheat the game, you are just cheating yourself. Don't worry about the legal part in the beginning. You'll figure it out as you grow. Legal and finance are both important in the long run. But to be honest, you don't need to worry about any of that at the beginning. Most people don't start a business because they believe they have to go through so much paperwork. So it's better to just quit without even getting started. You should try out your business idea first. Experiment with it. See if you can get anyone interested enough to become a client of your product or service. You should incorporate or start a formal company only when things are getting serious or you want to enter the game for real. Think of your early days as the trial period, where you get to experience how the business might look like without all the add-ons. You will know when your business is ready for a complete package. Hopefully, things will move fast for you, and you'll clearly understand why it's important to start a certain type of company versus another. If you've been watching up to this point, please kindly let us know in the comment section what kind of business you are running or what kind of business you are planning on starting. Thank you for spending some time with me. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe so you never miss out on any upcoming videos. I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.